Good morning, planty people. Lorinda here. Today's Saturday. Yesterday was 100 degrees here in SoCal. It was really hot. I was mostly in the house all day with the air conditioning on, being a spoiled brat. But I did come out later in the evening to kind of check on things. So it's early, and I'm going to check on my plants and my new seedlings to make sure they survived the heat yesterday. I really hope they did. I don't know if you saw my other video on seed starting. I'll link it right here. Or here, I don't know which way it'll go. So I don't know about you, but it seems almost every year I have to start my garden over because something happened. So I started all my seedlings from seeds on heat mats under grow lights, and they do great. I use the little peat pellets, and then I transplant them into bigger pots, and once they get transplanted, they just stop growing. And so I had them for a long time in these pots, and I just noticed they were not growing. I'm like, all that time and energy and soil I wasted, and then I just end up popping seeds in the ground, and then they do fine. I do not know why I just don't do that from the beginning. So I did that like early April. I just popped some seeds in the ground, and they've sprouted, and I'm so excited. So those I really want to check on today. So come with me as we check on some of my little baby seedlings. Okay, on our way to check on seedlings, I'm going to pick some strawberries because I have a couple here that need to be picked. So I'm going to grab these, and that one could still go a little more. I have this netting over these strawberries right here because my dog Daisy will keep eating my strawberries, and they are not for her. She can have a few, but these are my strawberries. Okay. I think that's it for now. Oh, look. These are my cluster sunflowers. I think they're lemon queen. I popped 3 seeds in there, and those seem to be doing okay because the roly-polies will get to them if they're really small. I have these. These are the little shades that go on top of a ceiling fan, the lights that surround the ceiling fan. We had got a new fan, but I thought I would save those because I can use these to protect my plants from the roly-polies. And so far, so good. I wasn't sure if they would get fried yesterday in them, but they looked great. That one, a little funky, but some new leaves are coming up. So far, so good. They're getting pretty big. I might have to leave them on there for only a day or so more. Okay, where else are we going? Okay, my dragon tongue bush beans. Early on, they got eaten by some roly-polies as they were emerging from the ground, as you can see, because all of the holes. But I do see some new leaves coming up. That seedling right there, I have no idea what it is. It might be a zinnia, because I had a zinnia over here next to this onion last year and dropped 1 million seeds everywhere. So those all might be little zinnia seedlings. I love zinnias, they're so pretty. That one I probably will have to rip out, but I kind of want to know what it is first. Here I have a ground cherry. I had 2, but one of them didn't make it. And with ground cherries, you need to have 2 of them to pollinate each other, if you did not know that. So I hope this one does okay. I did hear if you have a tomatillo, the tomatillo can help pollinate your ground cherries as well. I mean, I do have a tomatillo right there. So hopefully that will be okay. It's like in the same family, both a husk, like tomato or a husk cherry. Tomatillo has a husk, ground cherries have a husk, so they pollinate each other, hopefully. We'll see. My fuchsia I left out in the sun probably a little too long before I realized it, and he did get a little burned. So hopefully she bounces back. I love fuchsias. They're such a beautiful flower. Okay, I planted some seeds here, some cucumber seeds. I do not see anything popping up from the ground yet. So those have not popped up yet. And this bitter melon was a plant that had stopped growing that I transplanted, and thought if I popped it in the ground it would just come back. I don't know if it's going to. It hasn't really grown much, so I might have to pop some seeds here. What other seedlings did I pop in the ground? Oh, these are some sunflower seedlings. Those seem to be doing okay. I don't think there's any roly-polies in this bed yet. I'm not sure. Oh, there might be, because this onion does not look good. It looks like it was chewed on. So yeah, so far so good for those. Some more sunflowers here. I always like to look towards the base, because that's usually where the roly-polies all gather. Right here is at the base, and then they crawl up. But these look good so far. That one looks like it got munched on a little bit, and that one looks okay. What else? I planted some honey boat delicata squash over here, but nothing has popped up yet. Hopefully soon. But I just planted those on 420. 420! What else? I did plant a spaghetti squash over here. Nothing yet, but that's okay. And I know it's been so soon since I planted those, and I'm still checking, but I want to tell you something. These acorn squash right here that I planted on 420, which look great, by the way, germinated in one day. The next morning I came out and they were already up. I was like amazed. And I put one over here because the roly-polies had started to get to it, but it looks good. So I am going to put that one back as like my insurance that one of these acorn squash will take, because this puny little guy right here that was a transplant that I put in here on 4.6 just never grew anymore. This is one from that batch that did not do too well. Some cucumbers I planted here. Nothing yet. Because it's been really hot, I have to make sure these stay watered and moist. Otherwise, if a seed dries out after you've planted it, it will not come back. It's like done. It's dead. It probably, once it's moist and it's activated, but then it gets dried out, you have to start over. Some zinnias, those look okay. I did pop I did have another little plant in here, and it's gone. I wonder if it got eaten. Oh, is that it right there? I had an echinacea in here, a little seedling, and it's gone. Oh well. Blueberries! Need to pick some blueberries. And if you've noticed, I have some sheets up trying to protect some of my plants from the sun. The harsh sun can damage your plants. I don't know if you saw my video on painting my tree. Oh, let's go check out the tree. I have this video I posted of painting the tree with Ivy Organics sun protectant for my newly planted tree. And I think it came out great. I did give it another coat to protect the bark from the sun. And I think it looks good. Hopefully that'll help the tree withstand the harsh sun today. And oh, but I do see I have some flowers on that pepper plant. Super exciting. Okay, I did pop some seeds in here, and I see they have sprouted. Yay! When did I put these in here? 4:15. Oh, that's not too bad for tomato. 3 little yellow pear tomato seedlings. So excited those germinated. And I have a Space Master cucumber right there that germinated. And I have 3 carrots right here. Now when I was thinning out my carrots, I thought it was such a waste to throw them away. So I just stuck them everywhere. And these are 3 of them. And I want to see if I transplant my thinned carrot seedlings, if they would grow into a full-size carrot. So that's my little experiment for the day. And last but not least, some picklebush cucumbers that have germinated. That's great, because that cucumber does not look like it's doing too well. It's kind of been that size for a while. But I do see some baby cucumbers. but it has powdery mildew, so I'm gonna have to spray it. I use a half milk, half water spray solution, and that helps get the powdery mildew if you do it early. If it's really too late, it won't do much, but if you get to the plant early, sometimes it just takes care of the problem. Oh, I forgot about these pots over here. Let me see if there's anything there. These are German Johnson tomato, nope. Advarsky pepper, nope. And Oregon Spring tomato, nope. These are some cantaloupe that I popped in there, and those are Kajari melon, and that's a sunflower. I have another little sunflower right there. I think that's the last of my seedlings, but these ones are doing great. This is new soil, so there's no bugs in it yet. So hopefully these do great. Sometimes I just like to sit here and just look at the wildlife that comes in. I have a hummingbird feeder right there, and there's lizards all over. And I've noticed there has been a lot less roly-polies this year. It's because I've had so many lizards in my garden. And lizards are like the little soldiers of your garden that eat the bad bugs. So, well, they do eat some good bugs too, but I want them to eat the roly-polies. Devour those guys, please. Because those are the ones that I have trouble with harming my plants. So that is a blessing, knock on wood. All right, guys. Thank you for coming with me on my little tour of the garden. You know, it's okay to start things over. Almost every year I have to start my garden over because something happens. But I've noticed last year was about the same, where once I transplanted them, they just did not do well. We had fungus gnats. The larvae of those eat the roots of your plant, so maybe that's the reason they got stunted. I don't know. But next year, I'm just gonna pop all my seeds in the ground and just see what happens. So far, so good. So that's what I'm going to do. That seems to be the easiest thing, and it works. And it's always best to plant seeds in the ground anyways. Did you have to start your garden over? If you did, I'd like to know, so I know that I am not the only one. It's so beautiful. I just love sitting here and looking at it. Thank you for visiting my channel. If you like it, subscribe, tell your friends. This has been really fun. I really enjoy doing these videos for you guys. So thank you. Have a great day. Stay cool out there. Bye.